Using AI in design is like putting your team's most creative player on the bench.
And the ref has made the call. The most creative player is officially benched. Oh, the coach is not happy.
At least, that's what I thought. Once I actually started using it, I realized I was completely missing the point. AI doesn't bench creativity, it benches the most expensive part of the process. The hours spent rebuilding layouts, resizing assets, redeciding on fonts and color pairings every single week. That is friction. And friction is expensive.
Looks like the call is overturned. The most creative player is back in the game.
You see, most teams already have the equipment, brand guidelines, Canva, AI tools. What they don't have is a game plan that turns those guidelines into scalable, on-brand content. So call me coach because I'm gonna give you one. In this video, we're gonna go over the tools that you need, train them to your brand, practice the plays, and then I'm gonna stress test the whole system live. 10 minutes, as many on-brand posts as we can create. And for this challenge, we put together a free on-brand social media design kit. I've linked it in the description, and it has a bunch of things that will give you a game day advantage. Ready to meet the team? Let's dive in.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your starting lineup.
I spent 3 days running tryouts, okay? So I know what I'm talking about. 2 players stood out. So here is your starting lineup. Player 1, Canva. This is your graphic designer. I will be using the Pro account for this and a few Canva AI tools, which are great when the direction is clear, but with vague direction, it can get generic. So that is exactly why we have Player 2, Claude, your creative strategist. It reads your brand, thinks before it builds, and connects directly to your Canva workspace. And we're just gonna be using the free version. We love that. Player 3, you, the MVP. You bring the taste, context, and quality control. Nothing ships without your judgment. That is your starting lineup.
And we are live at training camp. Just 3 reps stand between this team and game day.
Every championship team has training camp. This is the 15 minutes that you do once, and it's what makes every play faster from here on out. 3 reps, let's go.
Rep 1 is underway.
Your Canva Brand Kit is the soul of the team. Colors, fonts, logos. This is what Canva uses to keep your designs consistent by default. So go into Canva and lock in your hex codes, your fonts, and your logos. A brand kit with 6 things that you actually use beats one with 40 that you have to scroll through every single time. And if you're not sure what should go in here, the free on-brand social media design kit includes a 30-question brand audit that tells you exactly where your content is losing consistency before you build a single template. So run that first. So that's rep 1, build your Canva brand kit.
Moving on to rep 2.
This is the connector that changes the whole game. Here's how to do it. Go to Claude.ai, go to Settings, Connectors, search for Canva, and press Connect. You'll get redirected to a Canva authorization page. Log in, grant permissions, and you're done. 2 minutes, one time only. Then when you open up a new chat, click the Tools icon and toggle Canva on. That's it. Now Claude can search your Canva workspace, find and edit existing designs, and create new ones all from the chat. That's rep 2, connecting the team.
And here comes the final rep.
This is the step that most people skip. Don't skip it. If Claude doesn't know your brand rules, everything it produces is gonna feel like it was made for someone else. You want to drag your brand guidelines PDF directly into the Claude chat. Tell Claude who it is, a senior strategist, not a generic AI assistant. Ask it to review the guidelines, but don't build anything yet. And then I'm gonna ask a couple of questions to test the knowledge. Think of it like a new player studying the playbook before game day. You don't want them improvising on the field. Congratulations, you have officially completed training camp and it is game day! Let's go!
Welcome to game day. Team B is out on the field warming up.
No team walks onto the field without practicing first, right? The more these players work together, the sharper they get.
This is where champions separate themselves from the amateurs, folks.
Here's something that most people skip, and it is the difference between a first draft that's close and one that you have to completely redo. Before Claude helps you strategize at all, give it something to look at. It could be a design that you already made, inspo from other brands, or even just a plain language brain dump. Any of these work, use all of them, and you get even closer. I told Claude that I attached inspiration from my on-brand designs, and I want it to break down the design elements and what makes them work. And look at what comes back. It tells us exactly why these designs work and how we're going to fit it into our brand. This becomes the visual DNA for everything we build next. Now, there are two ways to approach this workflow depending on your Canva comfort level. Path A is the manual build. Claude gives you step-by-step instructions, and now you take that and you execute in Canva. This is usually my go-to. It does take longer, but you come out of it understanding exactly why the design looks the way it does. Path B is the template search. You have Claude tell you exactly what to look for in Canva's public template library. You pick the closest match, and Claude directs every edit from there. This is a faster starting point, and it's better if Canva isn't your second language yet. We're running Path B today, so let's keep going. You can't call the play if you don't know what's out there, so we do our scouting report first. I'm going in with the top search term that Claude gave me, and now I'm scanning against Claude's non-negotiables. I think this one could be really cool and on brand. So I'll just select customize this template. Now I'm going to screenshot this template. I'll feed it right back into Claude, and I'm asking it to give me a numbered list of edits, most important changes first. What comes back is the game plan, what to adjust and exactly how to do it. Let's build this out.
The game plan is officially locked in. The play is live.
Background color first. So in templates, styles, this is your global consistency tool. One click, and it pushes your entire brand kit palette across every single slide. Select it again to change the color weighting. For typography here, it has actually pulled out a specific brand rule. I love that. So now we're going to change the font. So I'm just going to select the text, and I can choose straight from the brand kit. Now for the hero image, I'm going to use my own photos, and I'm going to use this background remover tool to remove the background and adjust as needed. I'm going to show you how to use AI for image generation in just a second, but first, let me demonstrate how powerful Claude and Canva can be working together. So back in Claude here, I'm just asking it to go into the design on Canva, take a look, and give me any final design suggestions. So here, it's telling me what's working and some final suggestions. I've made my final changes. This is locked in, so I'm going to duplicate this slide 4 times. Now this is where the Canva and Claude connector get really powerful. I'm going to ask Claude to just fill out the rest of the carousel pages for me. Now, if there is anything that I need to do manually first for Claude to do its job, it will direct me through that process. Okay, Claude is saying that it's done, it's saved, so I'm just gonna go back to my Canva account. It's crazy, right? So I'm pretty happy with this, but let's review some other plays that we could pull out on game day. With Magic Media, you can generate images, videos, and graphics with AI. I recommend asking Claude for a prompt for this to get closer to what you're looking for. With Magic Write, you can have text generated for you, or you can edit existing text to fit your brand, like headlines, carousel post text, or ad copy. You can remove backgrounds here, I already showed you that, but you can also generate backgrounds. I'm on a snowy mountain. Looks like outside my house. You can delete specific objects with Magic Eraser. Oh, and Magic Grab lets you separate a certain part of an image so that you can play with layering. There are also a ton of other AI tools here in Magic Studio. You can also have a little huddle with Canva and ask it to create specific content for you, or even just guide you on how to achieve something. And then, and I think this is the biggest time saver, Magic Resize will resize your designs into content for other platforms. So this is super handy for ads where you need to have like 9 different sizes of the same ad creative. Okay, so we may be done running the play, but these next steps are arguably the most important. I'm saving this as a brand template in Canva first. I'll go to Share, Brand Template, and I'll save it into my series folder. Now we close the loop. I'm feeding the final file back into Claude, and I'm going to ask Claude to debrief what worked so that the next play is sharper on the first rep. So Claude now holds my brand guidelines, the visual DNA we gave earlier, and a finished real-world output. every future brief for the series now starts closer on the first try. So do you want to see what it looks like in action? Good news, it's game time.
Welcome to the big game. On the field, we have Canva, Claude, and Coach B, competing to see just how many on-brand assets they can create from one game plan.
I think I'm ready.
The clock is on. They've got 10 minutes. Time starts now.
Okay, so first, let's just create some Instagram stories. Super simple, resize. Instagram stories, copy and resize. Boom, done. That is 6 stories ready to go, and it can also be posted as a TikTok carousel post. Next up, quote graphic. Let's keep this simple. I'm going to go to social media, an Instagram post. Simplicity, we're just going to change the background to one of our brand colors, and I'm going to ask Claude for an on-brand quote about the evolution of social media. Come on. Nice, I like this one. Now I'm just going to head back into that quote graphic, add text. Okay, and then I'm just gonna look up a cute quote icon. That looks pretty on brand to me. Now I'm just gonna duplicate it twice. And for each page, I'm going to head into brand and just shuffle the brand kit. Nice. Now I'm going to magic right to adjust the copy. Done. Now I'm going to change this into a LinkedIn graphic. Simple resize, search LinkedIn, copy and resize. Done. I'm also going to switch the carousel into a LinkedIn size.
Coach B is not slowing down. The system is working.
Amazing. Don't even need to adjust it, and those can all go out as separate posts. Next up, YouTube thumbnail. So I'm actually going to use my reel cover that I created a couple days ago using the same workflow. I'm going to resize it to be a YouTube thumbnail. Okay, now we're just going to have to play around with this. Remove the background of this. Make her nice and big. Done. I'm happy with that. This thumbnail with a link to the corresponding video. That's a LinkedIn post right there. I'm going to take a screenshot of everything we've created so far. Back in Claude, I'm going to attach all of those screenshots, and I'm going to ask it to help me quickly create a Facebook ad for the series with a strong headline. Okay, great. I love this one. It's basically just saying to use our original design. Okay, that's designed. I'm just going to duplicate it, and I'm going to use Magic Right to change the headline so that I can A/B test. Just adjust it a little bit. Now here's the move that turns one ad creative into a whole ad set. I'll go up to resize. I'm going to change it to vertical. I'm going to change it to square. And I'm going to change it to landscape for a Facebook ad as well. Okay. We're redesigning all of them. Open the designs. And those same assets, YouTube community, LinkedIn, Threads, X, even Reddit.
Team B coming in with a sweep right on the buzzer and taking the total right up to 32 on-brand posts.
Nice!
One brand, 3 players, 32 posts in 10 minutes. That is what a strong team looks like.
So no, using AI in design is not benching your most creative player. It builds a smarter team around them. Claude thinks, Canva builds, you ship. The system compounds. The briefs get sharper. The first draft gets closer every single time. That's what scalable design actually looks like in the world of AI. Remember, your game day advantage is linked in the description for you, a free on-brand social media design kit with templates, a 30-question brand audit, and a platform specs guide. Everything you need to run the play starting today. If this system is going to save your team some time, then do me a favor and hit like, and let me know in the comments if I've convinced you to add more players to your team. I've been your coach, Bridget O'Rourke. Go build out your team, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.